Well, hello and welcome to Old Testament Theology. This is, I believe, our fourth session. Our fifth session. So we're moving right along. You've just taken your first quiz. I am presently preparing your study guide for your next quiz, and we'll hopefully have that up by the end of the week so you can continue right along with your readings. Also, too, I am still working on your book reviews. Everyone should have your graded first EOO returned back to you with my comments. If you don't, please contact me as soon as possible, and let me see what I can do to get that back to you quickly. There were a couple of email addresses that was a little sketchy, and so it's better for me to have your New Life or now Charlotte Christian College email address and use that one. It's much more secure and I think much more consistent. So if you did not get your first EOO back graded with comments, please let me know and I'll get that back to you as quickly as possible. So your book review, I'm still working on those, and then your first quizzes, I can't see it taking me much more than Friday to get those back to you. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have those back to you by Friday. And I'll also have your next study guide up for your reading quiz for your last quiz. So this semester goes by very quickly. Today, I would like to talk with you about the theology in the book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus, in my opinion, is one of the most intense and incredible books in all of Scripture because it gives the description of sacrifice and the importance of sacrifice in the life of Israel and their relationship with God, which of course directly reminds us of the importance of sacrifice in our lives and the significance that it has for us in our relationship to the Lord Himself. Now, some of the things about the book of Leviticus that it's good for us to remember is that the book of Leviticus helps us to understand our own religious institution. The tabernacle is very much like the church. The ritual that takes place within the priesthood and the tabernacle very much reminds us of the service of any evangelical local church. The priesthood and those individuals who stand in the role of priest also remind us of the role of the pastor. The book of Leviticus teaches us the value of ritual. Now, you might think, I go to a church that's not very involved in ritual. Every church, even your storefront, independent, charismatic churches, every church has some form of ritual, and ritual within and of itself is not wrong. Ritual becomes problematic when the ritual is worshipped beyond the one that the ritual should represent and draw us toward. But ritual, and let me tell you, ritual is water baptism, ritual is communion, ritual is a wedding, ritual is an altar call, ritual is a worship service, ritual is a testimony service. Anything that you do consistently over and over again in your church could be considered a ritual. Two things that ritual, and I'm thinking in particular of baptism and communion as I look at this, but in the Old Testament economy, two things that ritual accomplishes. One, it gives the worshiper a sense of participation. It lets the worshiper know that this is not some event or some service that doesn't include them. Not only are they the receivers, but they are also the givers. That they are the ones that the ritual is not complete without their involvement. Also, ritual brings about a sense of unity among the people. Don't you love that sense of oneness that we have after a communion service or after a baptismal service? That sense of, I may not know you in an intimate, personal way, but I know that you are my brother or my sister in the things of the faith. So it gives the worshiper a sense of participation, and it brings about a sense of unity among the people. Also, with regard to the book of Leviticus, it's good for us to remember that any part of Israel's history is instructive for us. It reminds us of the necessity of a separated life.